heat there for Kelly Kelly, who wasn't the fan favorite at the Night of Champions pay-per-view, but there's no arguing Kelly Kelly's success, to say the very least. Dropping the title at Hell in a Cell to Beth Phoenix, and I think Kelly has reached a point in her career where she doesn't need the Divas Championship to be popular, kind of like how Randy Orton and John Cena don't need championships to be popular. They always manage to find a way of getting over with the fans. You can have Kelly Kelly be in a relationship storyline with the likes of Drew McIntyre or Balls Mahoney even back in the days of ECW and still be popular. I don't think Kelly Kelly needs a Divas Championship right now to be popular. I think that someone like Alicia Fox and Natalya and Beth Phoenix are the ones who need the Divas Championship to increase their popularity and have attention drawn to them. You can have Kelly Kelly go to the side and do something different rather than her be the Divas Champion. Over the last 5 to 6 months, I'm going to clear up what I said in the Kelly Kelly overrated presentation on YouTube. I think over the last 5 to 6 months, I think we've seen a bit too much of Kelly Kelly. I think she needs to be taken out of the main event spotlight in relation to the Divas and have somebody else carry the division for a while. I think that's what the misunderstanding came from my comments made in the Kelly Kelly being overrated segment I did here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22. And there was a fan who enjoyed the presentation of Kelly Kelly being overrated here on YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, but he felt that, it was being a bit harsh towards Kelly Kelly, and I do apologize for the comments that I made. He said that Kelly Kelly was very deserving of her position in the company and very deserving of the Divas Championship because she earned it. And I'm not saying Kelly Kelly didn't deserve being the Divas Champion at all. I think that over the last 5 to 6 months, she's definitely earned it, but I think over the last 5 to 6 months, half a year, we've seen a bit too much of Kelly Kelly, and that could have been from the absence of Karma because of her fraternity leave. Going to be seeing more of her leading into WrestleMania 28, hopefully. And I hope we get to see that Beth Phoenix Karma match, hopefully, at WrestleMania 28, rather than seeing Kelly Kelly and Karma finish up that feud that was left with a stamp of infinality, without a stamp of infinality. So I think that, we've seen a bit too much of Kelly Kelly over the last 5 to 6 months, picking up the ball where Karma left it, coming in, running for the whole Divas division. And because of Karma's absence, we see Kelly Kelly pick up the ball and run with it because, of course, the last person that Karma hinted the feud towards with was Kelly Kelly. So I think we've seen a bit too much of Kelly Kelly. I'm not saying that Kelly Kelly didn't deserve the Divas Championship because God Almighty knows that she definitely deserved the Divas Championship when she was given it. But I think that, we could have seen more Divas in more programs with Kelly Kelly. It didn't necessarily have to be Kelly Kelly versus Beth Phoenix all the time or Kelly Kelly versus Brie Bella. I think we've seen a bit too much of her, and I think one of the reasons behind Kelly Kelly's success, obviously the ultimate reason, is because Vince McMahon favors Kelly Kelly a bit too much, and Kelly Kelly and Vince McMahon both admit that Kelly Kelly's dancing, of course, wasn't up to par, and Kelly Kelly actually got the idea for the exposition gimmick from Vince McMahon. And of course, Vince McMahon has had himself in a storyline with virtually every diva in the company, and had himself make out with every diva in the company. I mean, we've seen that time and time again on old editions of SmackDown, even going back to when Rey Namaro came back and did the whole, Vince McMahon personal assistance gimmick, kind of like how Stacy Keibler did it and Trish Stratus did in the past. So I think we've seen a bit too much of Kelly Kelly, and maybe Vince McMahon can be credited for that. And I think we need to see more divas in that spot that Kelly Kelly maintained for 5 to 6 months. Definitely one of the more improved divas of 2007, 2008. I think around the 2008 Survivor Series, when she started getting wins over Victoria, was when her career really started to take a turn for the positive side of things and really started to look more in a brighter light than we've seen. I think for the first few months of Kelly's career, she was used as a put-over girl more so, and it's nice to see Kelly earning the wins now more so and earning the fans over. But I think we've seen a bit too much of her, and I think that if she were to drop the title to someone like Eve, that would give her a bit more momentum. I think Beth Phoenix kind of ran through her in the last few months, and I think, it's nice to finally get a break from seeing what we've seen. It's nice to see that, things have changed up a bit in terms of, the wrestling product, in terms of the divas, because it seems like fans are turning off the Divas division now because of what's been happening with Kelly and resorting to having to watch TNA knockouts, and if not that, the women's division in Ring of Honor, which you can see highlights of at ROHWrestling.com. It's nice to see something different happening now, and hopefully with Alicia Fox winning matches now over Natalya and Beth Phoenix, we're going to see Alicia Fox get the push for the Divas Championship. She's been Divas Champion before in the past, and hopefully something will happen in that. Kelly also admitted in a written column on ProWrestling.com a while back, which you can find in our news archives, we're featuring over 16,000 of them right now at the present time, that she wasn't the best when it came to dancing, but she thinks she's a better in-ring competitor than she was an exhibitionist because she had to get some of her ideas from Vince McMahon and some of the other talent-related people like Jim Ross. I think that definitely she's a better in-ring competitor than she was an exhibitionist, because when she was an exhibitionist, we didn't see much of her doing promos. We didn't see much of her intermingling with the wrestlers other than Mike Knox and Balls Mahoney on ECW. And for a while there, other than the main angle over the ECW title, it was something going on with Kelly. So we didn't really see much of her utilization tactics. So it's nice to know that now, when she's on Raw, she's wrestling just about every week. It can be looked at as a good thing or a bad thing for her fans, and we're seeing more of a better story with her. But I think we've seen a bit too much of Kelly over the last few months, and this whole striptease thing that Vince McMahon and Kelly both admit to is a bit unorthodox, and some of the things that WWE have been doing since her being considered as one of Maxim Magazine's top 100 women is a bit, unorthodox and getting a bit too carried away with, because I think we've seen Kelly win all the time and booked to work on not Raw. If we've seen her be booked to work on Raw a bit too much in my opinion, and if not Raw, Superstars every week, getting the win on Superstars. Recently on the October 27th edition of Superstars, Kelly and Eve were booked to win against the Bella Twins, and it seems like the Bella Twins are the ones that are being used as the putover girls to make people like Kelly and Eve Torres look absolutely phenomenal, kind of like how Kelly was brought in and used to look as a putover girl. We have an audio clip of Kelly actually conducting an interview. I think it was back in 2006, around the time that she was actually on ECW, and she was being booked in matches with Candice Michelle as Candice Michelle's tag team partner. We're going to be playing that. It was an interview that Eddie Francis, from a syndicated radio program, actually had the privilege of conducting, and his daughter actually tagged along for the interview and had the opportunity at 11 years of age to ask Kelly several questions. The audio clip runs for about 4.5 minutes in length in total, and Kelly sheds a bit of light on what she's going to be doing on that week's edition of Raw, teaming with Candice Michelle against Beth Phoenix and Jillian Hall. Again, a bit too much. Getting back to my original point of Kelly and Beth Phoenix all the time, and even in the early days when Kelly was being booked on editions of Raw, it was always Kelly versus Beth Phoenix, and Kelly always being used as the putover girl to make Beth Phoenix heading into a pay-per-view program with the likes of Mickie James to be the dominant diva. I think we've seen a bit too much of it in the past, and again, this audio clip is a pure illustration of what I originally have been saying all the time. A bit too much of Kelly and Beth Phoenix being shoved down our throats. And I would like to see more different programs with more different divas rather than Kelly and Beth Phoenix all the time. Kelly held the Divas Championship since June or July, and did a phenomenal job of doing it, but I think we saw a bit too much of Kelly and Beth Phoenix, and I think I think the fans would like to see more divas be booked in more influential programs and more influential roles. You can give Kelly a better role than what we've seen her do in the past, but I think that everything we've seen her do with Beth Phoenix has been a bit of anxiety. A bit of anxiety has set in for fans, because I think that Kelly always being booked in these programs with Beth Phoenix has happened a bit too much and a bit too often, in my opinion. But take a listen to this audio clip. You can send us your opinion by dropping us a comment here at youtube.com, JonathanClarke22, and you can also find us on Twitter at HW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1. We'll be looking for your opinion on this audio clip and what Kelly had to say. She also tells us what she looks for in a man in terms of personality and looks and different things as well. So take a listen to this. It's very interesting. I think you'll find it very informative when it comes to not only what Kelly does on Raw from week to week, going back as far as 2006, and what she had to offer for ECW, but very informative as to what Kelly looks for in a relationship and an individual. Take a listen to this. It was an interview she did on a syndicated radio program with Eddie Francis, where his daughter tagged along and actually had the opportunity to ask Kelly several questions. I think you'll enjoy this very well.
Hey, what's going on, Seattle? On the phone with us right now, we got a really big star. See, we cross market too. We don't just do the music thing and the acting thing. We got on the phone with us WWE diva superstar Kelly. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Eddie?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I kind of fell off with my wrestling. I'm kind of off a little bit, but I'm actually gonna be there Monday at the Key Arena to watch Raw. And what should I be expecting?
You're gonna see, a lot of butt kicking. You're gonna see a lot of hot girls, kicking butt. You're gonna see the guys just kicking each other's butts. You're gonna see a lot of different stuff, a lot of different characters, and you're gonna have a great time.
All right, to the average person that doesn't watch wrestling, what they need to know about you is you're kind of known for something as a heterosexual male that I'm a direct fan of, and you're kind of the explain what the Extreme Expose is.
Well, we did that about 5 months ago. We were a dance group, and we lasted about a year. We would, me, another girl, Layla, and Brooke, we would all come out for like a 5-minute dance routine, and just, get the crowd pumped up and stuff like that. And then the group ended up splitting up, and me and Layla started wrestling each other, and that was on ECW. So now me and Layla got moved to Raw, so now we're on Raw, and now I'm wrestling like every week.
And that works?
I'm not dancing anymore.
I'm still a fan. Talking on the phone with Kelly from WWE. And my question is, growing up as a beautiful young lady like yourself, at what point in time does